In today's video, we're going to talk about my favorite topic, critical analysis. And we are going to use two illustrations to create the easiest example that would explain what critical analysis is to an extent to you, or that will give you the basis of what critical analysis is. So if that sounds like what you're looking for, then definitely keep watching. Welcome back. If you are not new on this channel, then you already know that we talk about critical analysis a lot, and there are several videos to make reference to. There are several videos for you to check out to have a basic understanding of what critical analysis is, right? And if you are new, welcome. It's nice to have you here. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you check out other videos on critical analysis. They would simplify it for you like never before, like your lecturers haven't. I'm telling you, they will simplify it in such a way that you'll be like, okay, now I have a basic understanding of what it is. And if you still have some questions or some reservation, you can always book a consultation by clicking on the link in the description box, and I will attend to you. Okay, so that's settled. Now let's get into this illustration I'm talking about. The first illustration is, imagine you want to buy a phone. If you want to buy a phone, you haven't decided on what brand, what model, or whatever. But I know that when you want to get a phone, there are certain things that are going through your mind. One is, how good is the camera? How long lasting is the battery? How bright is the screen? How accessible are the keys? These are simple things from daily use that you want to think about when you want to buy a phone, right? You think about so many things before you now decide on, oh, okay, I'll go for this particular phone, because almost always it will not have 100% of what you're looking for, but to an extent it will satisfy several criteria for you to be able to pick it, right? For you to be able to say, okay, yes, I'm going for this particular phone. The same thing applies to critical analysis. And what do I mean by that? So, if there is an issue, say obesity, there is an issue of obesity, that means there are several things to consider that leads to obesity, right? Meaning it is not just the food you eat, meaning it is not just lack of exercise. So you have to consider other things like genetic factors. You have to consider hormonal imbalances. You have to consider several things that leads to that obesity. That's exactly what critical analysis is. If you're discussing an issue, if you're going for an issue, if you are trying to discuss a particular point or trying to bring in a particular argument, you have to consider several things. That is how it works. So if you're talking about obesity, like I have used as an example, you can't just say, oh, obesity is as a result of high intake or high caloric intake. That's you leaving out several facts, leaving out several resources, several researches that have confirmed that hormonal imbalances can also lead to obesity, genetic disorders can lead to obesity, poverty can lead to obesity. So you see, it's not just one thing is A is leading to B. When it comes to critical analysis, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8 leads to B. That's how I see critical analysis. Or that's like one of the easiest illustrations. I hope that is making sense. Don't forget to check out the previous video. And one reason why you should check out that previous video is because I gave examples in written form, and I gave a link to where you can access something I wrote about critical analysis, or something I wrote, an essay that I wrote where I critically analyzed, and at least it would give you like a basic understanding of what critical analysis is. And I also mentioned some tools. So I'm going to leave a link in this description box as well for tools that you can use in critical analysis. There's the free version which I made for you all, you can click on it and download the free version. And there's also the paid version of it, which if you are interested, you can go ahead and buy. Okay, for my second illustration, I'm going to use conflict. And you know, there is this thing we say, there are two sides to every story. Now that's critical analysis. When two people disagree, or when there is a disagreement, two people see the same thing from different angles, meaning they are not exactly saying the same thing. I hope that makes sense. So when you ask A what happened, A will tell you, oh, this was what happened. When you ask B, what went wrong? Why are you guys fighting, or why is there a conflict? B will tell you, no, this was how I saw it. This was what happened. Right? Then the next thing you would do is to now bring in witnesses. Oh, were you there? Oh, were you there? Oh, come on in. What happened? What did you see? What did you see? That's just like what critical analysis is. In critical analysis, you have different school of thoughts. And those are like A, B, witness 1, witness 2. Meaning, A can say that, oh, the first person can say that A equals B, right? And the second person would say, oh no, A is not equals to B, B is equal to A, right? Then you now bring in other witnesses. The witness 1 will say their own. No, I don't think A equals to B, and I don't think B equals to A. I think this. Witness 2 will say, oh, I agree with witness 1. I don't think A equals to B or B equals to A, blah, 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 like that. So what am I saying in essence? I'm saying when there is an issue, there are always different school of thoughts. There are always different things. Like, I'm going to use the obesity that I mentioned earlier, right? I've said, okay, it is confirmed that different things lead to obesity. There's another way to look at it. Okay, now let's review obesity from another angle now. One person can report and say, oh, high caloric intake over time leads to obesity. Then another school of thought comes and say, I don't think high caloric intake only leads to obesity. I think that considering hormonal factors and poverty, like hormonal factor and poverty also leads to obesity aside high caloric intake, right? And they back up their point. Another school of thought can tell you, oh no, I think high caloric intake actually leads to malnutrition. Do you get? Now that's different people saying different things. And you know, this is academic writing. It's not about what you're thinking. It's not about what you know. It's about what has been confirmed. It's about what has been researched. So we always base everything on research. So that's where critical analysis stands. You don't take a side. You just bring in different people's view. Oh, this said this, B said this, C said this, D said this, like that. So that way, you're bringing in different school of thoughts. Those are few ways that you can actually show critical analysis. There are other ways that I've mentioned in previous videos. You just have to check out these videos. As in, they are not long, so you should check them out. I think I have about 2 videos on... No, I think I have more videos on critical analysis, but just check them out. I'm going to link them in this video so you can check them out and watch them and see other examples for yourself, okay? And there is something I do called consultation. If you want to know how to critically analyze in every paragraph, it is a dilemma. It is disturbing when you put in all your effort into the work and at the end of the day you get this, oh, your work is too descriptive. Oh my goodness, your art literally sinks and you get marked down or you get average for something you worked so hard on just because your work is too descriptive. And this descriptiveness in code is something that you did without knowing, and it's something that using the right words or using the right phrase can actually change. So you need to check out these tools and you need to check out the videos. If you still want more videos on critical analysis, I am willing to do more videos, but you have to comment in the comment section that you want more videos or more explanation on maybe a particular section on critical analysis, and if you want a one-to-one consultation, you know where to find me. All right, guys, so till I see you again in my next video, make sure you put a smile on somebody's face. Bye.